You gotta love competition. Right before an Apple event, we get a Google event invite. Because yes, we finally have an official date for Google's hardware event, as the leaks have been very confusing. Speaking of confusing leaks, we have a ton of them for Apple's upcoming products, which happen tomorrow. And after several leaks, the LG Wing is finally official, and it's actually pretty cool. I'm Jaime Rivera, and you know what? I'm not gonna praise Monday, but I really love being back in Techtember before Techtober. It's a crazy amount of work, but I just love the fact that tech continues evolving. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with deals. This is actually probably the best time to get a Galaxy S20, as man, these just continue coming. Right now it's currently $200 off on Amazon, meaning you can get the entry-level variant of the S20 for $799, the S20 Plus, which is probably my favorite, for $999, and the S20 Ultra for $1,186, meaning you can get a bit over the $200 mark depending on the unit. Moving on, the latest MacBook Air is $100 off, which leaves the 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of SSD variant for $900. We also have more discounts on other storage tiers as well. The AirPods Pro, which I highly recommend, are $50 off, leaving them at $199. Like, don't think twice about this one. Go get it. Now we've got more deals on Nintendo Switch accessories, Razer peripherals, and more in the description. Now, how about if we do a little recap of everything that we saw at Huawei's HTC last week, mainly because if Huawei is the biggest player in smartphones right now, whatever they do going forward is truly going to affect the market. If you remember last week on day one, it was all about software and even hardware. We got the new FreeBuds Pro and the FreeLace Pro for those of you looking for true wireless earbuds. We also got new watches like the beautiful Watch GT2 Pro and their fitness tracker, the Watch Fit, and both of these bringing pretty impressive battery life. We also got a new MacBook 14 and a MacBook X, which is thinner and more powerful, and I'm really looking forward to that MacBook X. We also got EMUI 11 for Android 11 and Harmony OS, which will be coming to smartphones and other devices next year. And that's actually day one. As of day two, we got a ton of announcements focused on HMS Core, which is focused on getting new developers to make a move to the app gallery. For example, they announced their new AI and AR kits for e-commerce, a bunch of gaming improvements like the new Cocos Creator, which is a free open source engine which allows developers to easily launch games to multiple platforms, and they are letting developers keep 85% of their gaming revenue in the app gallery. They also showed new developments with transport and navigation, like their new location kit, nearby kit, and more. So yes, EMUI 11, Harmony OS, hardware in addition to the improvements to app gallery. Let's see what the company brings going forward. Now let's talk about the OnePlus 8T, which we're expecting to happen in a couple of weeks. Don't worry, it's not in my pocket now. I'm not gonna start doing that now again. But the thing about it is, it's actually going to be a different phone, it seems. We have some new CAD renders from OnLeaks that show off the new design. Some of the most notable changes include a flat display, and of course, we're getting a stove at the back, because that's a thing. This new stove module will actually pack a quad camera array according to these renders, but then back to the display and the rest of the specifications. It'll apparently bring a 6.55-inch Full HD Plus display running at 120 Hz, a Qualcomm Snapdragon 865, notice not the Plus, 8 gigs of RAM, and 128 gigs of storage for the entry-level model. It'll run Android 11 and it'll bring a 4500 mAh battery. Now finally, according to the video, it'll bring a 48 megapixel main sensor, which will reportedly be an upgrade over the OnePlus 8, a 16 megapixel ultra-wide lens, a 5 megapixel macro that you'll probably ignore, and a 2 megapixel portrait camera, which is also going to be forgotten. We'll keep you posted, as obviously we're expecting it soon, but yeah, who else agrees? This looks pretty much like a Galaxy S20 Plus, like seriously? But hey, let's move back to some official news. Believe it or not, what we thought was a concept, which actually looked pretty cool in the leaks, is the LG Wing, and it just became a thing. Actually, the company made a huge emphasis over how this is their new Explorer project, meaning this is just one device out of many that are coming. This one brings a 6.8-inch POLED full vision display with a secondary 3.9-inch display that doubles up as a grip lock. More on that, but it's powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G, 8 gigs of RAM, up to 256 gigs of expandable storage, and a 4000 mAh battery. It has a triple camera setup at the back, which consists of a 64 megapixel main sensor and up to two 13 megapixel ultra-wide cameras, as well as a 32 megapixel main selfie shooter at the front. It brings different modes for you to be able to take advantage of both screens, like a swivel mode once you rotate the device, a basic mode when the phone is in its natural state, and even a grip mode, which lets you use the secondary display to show information like the time and date, which ignores accidental touches. But you can also use this to film and use the bottom as a grip. If you think about it, that's actually one of the things we recommend for people that are looking for good stabilization. The company also mentions that the hinge mechanism is still reliable after 200,000 swivels. It'll come to the United States and other regions, and I'm not gonna lie, we don't have a price, but I am really enticed, particularly for the whole idea of using the bottom of the display as a grip and being able to use the entire canvas to be able to film a video. I think that's really genius. I wonder how cases are gonna be for this thing. Now, I have to admit, one of the disadvantages of doing a daily video is we need a cutoff. We need to, define what news are gonna go in the video before we go live, and then, like last week on Friday, right after we had filmed the Pocketnow Daily, we get another leak of the iPhone 12 that was rather major, thanks to our friend from Everything Apple Pro. Yeah, it gets good. He tweeted a hands-on video of the iPhone 12 Pro's chassis. According to him, this is the 6.1-inch Pro model, and the video shows the inside of the panel as well as the exterior. On it, we can see the flat sides, a new LiDAR sensor placement, and possibly the connector for the 5G antenna if you look closely on the sides. We also got a new report from Ming-Chi Kuo where he confirmed that the iPhone 12 Pro won't bring 120Hz display, as those are actually not going to be available into next year for Apple, though this year's Pro models apparently will at least bring a smaller notch. Wah wah consolation. He also mentioned that the iPads that we're getting at this event will bring Touch ID in the power button to pave the way for a larger display. And speaking of things we could get tomorrow, earlier today, John Prosser released the video of Apple's upcoming AirTags. This is a render created based on a real video of the actual tags according to their sources. They'll apparently be slightly bigger than a bottle cap, and they'll have a pretty clean design, kind of like the old battery slot cap of the Magic keyboards with the white top and the Apple logo on the inside. We're not exactly sure when we're getting these AirTags, but we're expecting, to get more light as of the event. And yeah, iPhone 12, October. And finally, the hottest news today have to do with Google again, because yes, I was surprised by an email this morning where it's like, yep, we've got an event for you happening on September 30th. The teaser reads launch night in, obviously alluding to the fact that we're going to have to watch the event from our homes, as it also says your couch is the best seat in the house. But it also teases some sort of improvement for night mode because this is Google. They're even teasing other products that we were expecting, like Google's Sabrina dongle, which brings Android TV to the Chromecast form factor, some new smart speakers, and of course we're expecting to see the possible Google Pixel 5, the Pixel 4a 5G, and why not even the Pixel 5s if that's a thing. There's been a lot of confusion with the Pixel 5 because we keep hearing of more variants. The Pixel 5 will reportedly bring a similar design and footprint to the 4a, with dual cameras at the back, a fingerprint sensor, an OLED display running at 90 Hz, 8 gigs of RAM, and 128 gigs of storage, but we have no leaks on the price tag just yet. The 5S will reportedly bring millimeter wave to this phone, and the regular one will bring sub-6 5G. The 4a 5G will be a larger variant and will reportedly bring a similar specifications to the regular 4a, but with a dual camera. And yeah, lovely. It starts raining right now, but let me know in the comments down below, what are you excited for when it comes to this event? Because I'm not gonna lie, I am intrigued for a higher quality Pixel 4a design. I actually do like the design. The thing that I don't like is that it's plasticky, but at the same time, I am also intrigued by that Sabrina Chromecast dongle. I think that's gonna change a lot of things, but that's just me. Let us know what you're excited for in the comments down below. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Also follow us on social media, as our extended coverage happens on Instagram. Follow me on my personal handles to see me not complain about Mondays for change. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.